Good morning. I'm Wendy Petrie and this is your morning news fix for Thursday, the 22nd of August. In this update, one of the country's most outspoken critics of prisons says findings of systemic bias in policing are nothing new. A years-long report reveals ongoing inequities in treatment based on race, sexuality, gender and mental health. It reveals Māori are 11% more likely than Pākehā to be prosecuted for the same offence. Auckland University criminologist Emily Rakati says we've known these biases have existed for decades.
New Zealand police are a racist, violent, occupying force in Māori communities, as they have been since they were used to carry out colonisation.
Concerns over the impact of COVID-19 on children's spoken language skills. Education Review Office research shows more than 2/3 of parents report their child had language difficulties before they started school last year. It found a similar number of teachers blame the lockdown period for its impact. News Shoots Children's Centre Director Kelly Seberg told Ryan Bridge it's the result of multiple factors in the last few years.
They were more isolated from each other. Parents are probably trying to work from home. All of that engagement and that interaction that we have when we're talking with our teachers and with our peers, that definitely reduced.
The Associate Energy Minister appears to be suggesting drastic action to drive down electricity prices. Shane Jones is calling on the Electricity Authority to rein in the profits of energy generation companies or risks becoming roadkill. New data from the authority shows the nation's big 6 energy companies have made more than $70 million in margins. Labour's local government spokesperson says councils have been hung out to dry. Prime Minister Chris Luxon's demanding local government rein in the fantasies on spending. The government's looking at reducing nice-to-haves, introducing performance benchmarks and reviewing rules around transparency and accountability. But Labour's Karen McAnulty says the government's trying desperately to shift all responsibilities onto councils and could lose some people their jobs. A 5th body has now been brought to shore from the wreckage of the British super yacht that sank off Sicily. Kiwi captain James Cutfield says the boat capsized out of nowhere during a freak storm when the boat was hit by a waterspout. 7 people died, 15 others have been confirmed as safe. Regional economies are feeling the crunch. Infometrics data shows economic activity was 0.2% lower in the June 2024 quarter compared to last year. Principal economist Brad Olsen says Tairāwhiti has been the hardest hit, with the largest job decline of 1.2% thanks to Cyclone Gabrielle, a weaker forestry sector and higher input costs.
With fewer jobs in Tairāwhiti Gisborne, there's less spending, and that means, again, not as much business development.
Taranaki, Nelson and Wellington have also seen falls, while job growth in Canterbury and Otago increased. To sport now, and South Sydney Roosters icon Ron Coote has been announced as Rugby League's 14th Immortal. England's 22 without loss at stumps on day 1 in the opening cricket test against Sri Lanka in Manchester in reply to the tourist 236 all out. And Blues duo Patrick Tuipulotu and Stephen Perofeta will stay behind from the All Blacks Rugby Championship due to South Africa trip due to a calf injuries. I'm Wendy Petrie. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at midday from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.